hopping in here finally. Alright, let me get something set. Good evening, Space Fam. Great to see everybody hopping in here so early. Mary, Jedi Princess, great to see you. Missed you yesterday. NGC, Aram Vorax, Elita, Genghis Khan, and whoever else is hopping in today to see this gorgeous moon with me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. We got an incredible 13.6% waxing crescent moon. Some amazing features tonight, even almost, I want to say, clearer than it even was last night. What can we look at real quick just to point it out? Where's my atlas? I got all these things up today, but I'm pretty excited. Is that working? That's not working. Why isn't that working? Default image. Dang, my paint tool is not working. Alright, all good. I'll just point it out anyway. So right in the middle we got Mare Crisium and this beautiful chain of craters kind of following it up north. Cleomedes up to Geminus. At the top, the really prominent crater that's dark and kind of like a diamond is Endymion. And then at the bottom we got a few prominent ones like Langrenus and what's this other one? We got Langrenus, Vendelinus, Petavius, and Furnurius are the kind of prominent ones to the bottom left corner that kind of stand out in the middle. Definitely going to do some zoomage in a little bit. It's still kind of blue out, so let's vibe for a little bit. And yeah, what else is going on? I guess we got some Jupiter, got some Saturn also, and Venus and Mercury are both setting right now. So we got a lot of planets in one little area of the sky, tons of energy coming through. Yeah, didn't look like it was going to be clear, but it is, so let's take advantage of it. Let me know if you have any requests or questions. Like I said, I've kind of been recovering a little bit myself from a chest thing, so gonna do a lot more music tonight and less talky. But I'm always happy to answer questions and yeah, discuss consciousness, electric universe, you know the deal. What should we play here? Here's an old one, pulling myself back.
babe, I'm not sorry. I keep on just vibrate. No will for the ones you left, and I crawl inside you, fly. You're my hurricane. No sleep when I lost you. No sleep when I lost you. You're my so many words of the living and the birds below the beach. The summers of rain. Oh, tell me the way you've been. Slide over me, slide over me. You would dream sweet. Up beside you, fly. You're my hurricane. No sleep when I lost you. No sleep when I lost you. You're my hurricane. No fear when I lost you. I've been beaten from the heart, I know, no lie. I've been thinking about you all night. Why? No why. I've been waiting for your white light, no why. Oh, I've been thinking that you should be mine. So call me up, 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 and let's get down, 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 down. So call me up, 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 and let's get down, 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 down. Oh, you send me messages across the cosmic network, and you send me pictures from across the astral plane, and you send me cryptic kisses across the matching network. So call me up, 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 and let's get down, 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 down. So call me up, 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 Je t'attends, mon amour insaturel, ainsi la même que la même semaine, achetant la éternelle, avec en son billet. Je suis la même que ton avant, l'année chaque jour. Je t'attends, mon amour, avec les mecs sans agréver. Et c'est mon âme magnétique, c'est l'amour magnétique, c'est mon amour magnifique.
Hopping in here, say what's up to my man Chris Parker. What's going on, dude? How you been? Long time. Did not expect your name to pop up in the chat, but good to see you. Welcome. Hope you've been well. What's up, Rockstar? Good to see you too. And I see Reginald Roberts. What's going on? Welcome. Happy New Year to all of y'all that I didn't say Happy New Year to. Second stream of the year, going in strong. Like, yesterday was amazing, and today just the view is already pretty extraordinary. I don't know if you're noticing this, but it looks like two of the moons are right at the edge of Jupiter. Jupiter is kind of riding along with the moon tonight, and if you're looking at the moon, it's like right above it, a little bit to the right and above. So I feel like we got a couple of moons on the cusp of Jupiter. I kind of want to change up the lens, zoom in, and see what we can see. It's pretty rad. Yeah, see if I can spot that Russian rocket. I don't know about the rockets, but definitely know about these moons for a second. Let me double check Stellarium and see what these moons are actually called. I mean, what order they're in tonight. So, yeah. So top left is Callisto, and then we got Io and Ganymede right there on the cusp of Jupiter. We're going to zoom in and see what that looks like. And then Europa hanging out at the bottom. Right under the 2. Yeah. Let's do this. Some more jams here. And, yeah, tell me what you've been up to, y'all. Great to see all the old faces here. Pimples. Exactly. Pimples on Jupiter. Maybe. Still doing fireworks, huh? Still doing damn fireworks. Alright, let's play some Mutual Masses here.
And you drift away, and we come inside and draw. And you drift away, when the moon is riding full. Come, let's drift away. You're the queen of the night, and so will it
So that's looking pretty rad. It's not perfectly clear, I think, because one, there's a bit of a chill in the air, and two, it's very close to the moon tonight, so you're getting a lot of aberration. But I think it's clear enough to see, and it's actually really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it quite like that before. What is it? Io closest to Jupiter, and then Ganymede. So Io's the closer one up top, and then Ganymede right next to it. Let me know if you're seeing this. I'm going to try and adjust the shot a little bit more. Just a tiny bit of detail here. Bit of contrast. A bit more color. Okay, actually if I blast it out, you can see it a bit better. Wow, it's kind of cool, like little drips. Pretty crazy. Hot Rod Scott, what's going on? Chris Parker says, fucking beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mary, you mentioned Venus. Yeah, like I said, Venus is really low on the horizon along with Mercury, so no viewing. And Saturn even is like almost too low at this point as well. So I think it's just going to be the moon and Jupiter, and just in the best way possible, because it ain't just Jupiter drops. Yeah, 2 moons, right? Like, so cool. I can even try and get even closer. Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do here. That sort of worked. That sort of worked. And you can also see the... So I bought this new 2x Barlow lens. The last time I bought one was like 5 years ago, so this is a fresh piece of glass, and it's doing its job on the 8. So you can really see Ganymede right now. Io, I think, has either gone behind Jupiter. I believe it's gone behind. So, and then at the top, we're seeing. Are we seeing the shadow of Ganymede? That's crazy. On the top left of Jupiter, you can see the moon shadow. It looks like a dragon's tear crystal. Yeah, I know. Like, it's so cool. I do remember seeing a couple of shots like this before, but it's been a while since we've gotten this. I saw a question earlier, Reginald, you were asking about doing solar viewing, and I've been thinking about that a lot because I really enjoy doing it, but it's so difficult, and the gear that you really need to do it with is expensive. I've done it on this scope before, and it's also great, but I'm kind of keen on buying one of those Lunt scopes with a proper calcium filter, or to try and get the filaments and the edge detail. So maybe one day, definitely on my mind, but not anytime soon. Yeah, it looks like little webs. But yeah, I mean, there are filamentary connections between the moons and Jupiter. This is probably just due to the fact that it's aberrating so crazily, but fantastic shots. So I zoomed in all the way with the scope. Now I'm going to stay on Jupiter for a little bit. Let's try and get some color, actually. I'll switch it up a little bit, and then get back to the moon, because the moon has some incredible features tonight. Maybe we can use the same lens on it. Coming up with some space race up in here. Finally getting dark out.
Give you love and a common peace. Feel your pain cause it's part of me. I know you really think when your body's built. I'm amazed by the words on your lips. Give your name and a common peace. It's insane that you're part of me. Never lifts from my iron wrists. It's as if everybody is the same body. Insane that you want for relief. Maybe one day you summon me. I have made it the way that somebody someday, but we all gonna slip. Here in space now we come in peace. Seeing things that you cannot believe. Ready to trip on the drift, we can lift to do, cause I love to give you. We are the space race, we are the moonwalk, we are the franchise, we are the sequel, they are the ether, how are we still here for your place along the space race? Standing at the headlight corner, on a beach outside of hell, across the street from where we run past a falling race. Somehow we lived, somehow we died, somehow we came back to the city side and drive through civilized genocide. We had to fight with your armies, held down from the Western forces. Had no love for the army, we bear no hate for the Western forces. When you speak out, when you sing loud, everybody wanna tear you down. But come on, come on, come on, what's left to make? I got nothing but love to give you. We are the space race, we are the moonwalk, we are the franchise, we are the sequel, made of the ether. How are we still here? Looking for your place along the space race. 'cause everything's been for your pleasure. You found your home, you found your soul, you found your treasure. When you play your mind, your face, the needlessness to it's the loves of the age. No story to say, just a corner of your page. On top of the wave, I found the love, I found the sage. I'm happy to say, no, it is your way. I feel so hot for you. I feel so caught up, it's true. Perfect slow take off with you. I feel slowly rocking you. I've been so hot for you. Rolling dark, you know it's true. You know it's true. Perfect slow take off with you. I've been torn apart too. Never find a free way to be. We tumble in ecstasy. Don't you feel there's harm in us to cure? Until they know they're standing up police and shit. Say all day, won't you come back home? Up in your own might take you far. But what might we take you for? What might it take you for? So hot for you. I've been so caught up, it's true. Perfect slow take off with you. I've been slowly rocking you. Oh, Halloween is the loves of the age. No story to save, just a corner of your page. On top of the wave, I found the love, I found the sage. I'm happy to say, I know it is your fate. So hard, it's so wrapped up, it's true, you know it's true. Perfect slow take off with you. I've been slowly rocking you.
What up, what up? So, moved over from Jupiter because the moon's looking kind of amazing right now. We'll go back to Jupiter once again, but yeah, kept the Barlow lens in and just arrived at Endymion crater. This is like the northernmost region that we're seeing, but it's actually on its side, so this is kind of like the 3 o'clock position if you're looking outside. But yeah, let's do some nice lunar zooming. Let me know if I missed you in the chat. Did I say hi to everybody? I see rainbows and butterflies. Welcome. Great to see you. Rastaman lives. What's happening? Bless up. And anyone else? Let me know. Don't mean to miss you. Let's go with some Why Am I? My little scat solo thing. And let me know in the chat if you want me to stop anywhere in particular.
Space theater scenes, no one better comes. Lord Babbitt, the soul speaker, brings me back over telephone lines, running amok in future times of my space theater scenes. No one lives here
All right, sorry, hopping in here. I'm like sitting here texting, typing out. Okay, so no Rip Crow. I don't know. Somebody like 2 streams ago, 3 streams ago told me something like that. I hadn't looked. I don't know. Like people pass on all the time. I never know. So not trying to spread any rumors preemptively of his passing. I'm glad he's not dead though. Behind a paywall though. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I remember doing that first show with him. It was a good conversation, but again, we kind of differ on a bunch of different on a bunch of points. Either way, I want to hop in here and tell y'all about this crater right here, Patavius. I don't have my sketching tool for some reason. It's not working tonight, so whatever. Just let's talk about it. I got the red and orange fringing due to the light diffraction. Of course, the more glass you have between the camera and the scope, the more fringing you're going to get. That's fine, but the shape of this crater is incredible. You got this flat-floored crater, an elongated kind of diamond shape, hexagonal shape, definitely rounder on the corners than, say, Mare Crisium, for example, or Clavius. But what is interesting is this kind of sinuous rill or tunnel or tube that leads out from the center to the edge of the crater, to the rim of the crater. And it's really, really profound, like, to be able to see it up close like this, and two, to kind of consider what that might be, if that's a volcanic lava tube, or if that's kind of an electricity arc moving across the surface and kind of leaving this residual raised, hollowed region by pulling up dirt towards the voltage. So it's really interesting to look at. You wonder if that actually kind of goes across the mountaintop and kind of moves inland to the left, and these kind of layered, kind of expanding crest layers, but then also this kind of sinuous rill going maybe in or out of this. Really fascinating. Don't get to see this very often, so I'm just kind of riffing right here, thinking about it. Always great to look at craters this close. Let's try and get a quick shot here of what was next to it. I know Langrenus crater is here as well. The nerd crater, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, certain people have like a bone to pick with the system. And so I kind of understand the people get mad at everything and kind of start hooting and hollering, but I don't know. For me, it seems like this is the system we live in, so to get mad seems to be like kind of tiresome. I'd rather invest time in just making the time that we have worthwhile, or as much as possible. All right, I'm really scouting out here. I think I'm going in the right direction. I'm already at Mare Crisium, and you can see this forked formation outlining, I think, a Birkeland filament, a twisting Birkeland filament right here. This is at the mouth of Mare Crisium. Let me zoom out a bit more and see if I can't get a better angle in this. Yeah, this is Langrenus crater, and kind of follows the chain towards, like, from the southern tip of Mare Crisium all the way down to where we were starting at with Patavius. Again, this is also kind of this diamond-shaped crater. You can see clear pointed corners on this, even though they are a little bit rounded, but definitely not circular. And not really elliptical. I mean, you could say they're elliptical, but they really are much more like diamond shapes with defined corners. Then you have these central peaks. Again, like, there's this idea that you have impact craters and they leave these central peaks and they fill back up with debris, with debris, and then you get these types of shapes. But again, they could also be electric scar blisters that were formed with electric arcing moving across the surface, raising up these regions like bubbles. like on pour over coffee, for example, or in the sink, you'll see these bubbles form, and then bubbles pack, and they create these geometric shapes because of the boundaries. So if this is impact, great. If not, potentially there's really good discussion around whether these are created by electric arcing moving across the surface. So yeah, what other regions can we look at? There was probably Endymion at the top, Endymion. Let's try and follow this. The moon surface looks very melted, you know, and of course that could happen with impacts, but again, it's very interesting to think about like giant electric arcs moving across the surface, carving out these regions, bubbling up the surface, and then these regions kind of become nested hexagonally. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Let's go up north here. What's happened, Vinny TV Adventures? Am I doing this live or did I record this? No, this is live right now. I just zoomed in on the moon and testing out this new lens that I got and just talking about some of these regions. Just trying to get to the top here where I feel like there's one killer crater. I mean, there are many killer craters, but I think that was it. Was that it? Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, so the whole larger Mare, that's Mare Crisium, and then above that you have this region called Cleomedes. And Cleomedes is really interesting. Look at this one. You see these kind of incredibly sharply defined corners on this crater. And we're getting such an interesting view with the shadows at this angle. This is a particularly rare shot of Cleomedes. And it kind of moves up towards this other region that I'm trying to get to, Endymion. Let's keep going, let's keep going. I think it's right. Yeah. It's a little bit, yeah, there we go. This crater. I felt like it was going to be a little bit more clear, but I think it's partially because the moon is actually phasing and it's gotten much darker than it was earlier. But still really cool. Right, floating into the edge of blackness. All right, what I'd like to do actually is switch it back to the wide lens so we can see some of this earth shine. It's a particularly good time to do that. Drop in some tunes. Something good. All right, fam, what's going on? Back on the mic here, just reading all the nice comments. Thank you. A little bit of catch, a little bit of strut, a little bit of unbelievable moon right here. I gotta say, I'm always impressed with the moon, always. It's never lost its allure. NGC says it looks like a map of the North Pole in Europe and Russia. Like, I gotta say I agree. It does really look like that sometimes. Definitely looks like continents with oceans surrounding it. But interestingly enough, it's the mare, or the giant, like, darker regions that are lower, and the brighter parts are higher land. So, but yeah, that's how I see it sometimes. Who knows if it's exactly accurate to the continents, but it wouldn't surprise me if it were some sort of fractal version of that same shape, simply due to the fact that everything geometrically in geology is a fractal of the larger whole and the smaller whole. So just larger and smaller holes. Yep. Left side at the exact 9 o'clock position, you got Tycho crater. You can see it really clearly with the long double parallel ray coming off to the top, and all the other striations that kind of run kind of tangential to the crater itself, interestingly. I see a little bit of illuminated portion of the moon standing out right there as well, cut off from its portion at the bottom. At the very, very top, you've got Gassendi, and it's the darkened crater at the 11 o'clock position, this kind of very small mare. Let's see what else. Then, at the very center, if you follow up, you'll see this large crater. That's Copernicus. Above that's Kepler. If you follow it up to the kind of noon position, the 12 o'clock position, that's Aristarchus. You can see the little white dot at the corner of the plateau. Mare Imbrium, largest mare to the right, then Serenity, Tranquility, moving into Mare Crisium, and Mare Fecunditatis that we can see at the bottom. Love this view. This is the Earthshine portion, or the dark side of the moon. Getting some green fringing due to the glass, the lenses rather. So if I kind of pull it down here, we can see it even clearer. It's just amazing to be able to not only record video of this, but also to stream it in these moments. Like, I never saw the moon like this before I started astronomy. You know, you don't really consider what you can see. Hot Rod Scott says, I saw a vid while back where one of the craters was a map of this place. Had to change image contrast or something to bring it out, but it was interesting. Yeah, I can do that. I tend to kind of play with the contrast when we have more of the moon showing, so you can kind of see much darker regions and make out the edges more clearly. Silver Key, yeah, Silver Key is what it's called. But where is it? It's down at the very bottom of my list somewhere. Yeah, so I'm kind of torn. I love this shot of the moon, but I do want to see a little bit more of Jupiter zoomed in while we have a nice shot tonight. So let me kind of focus on that. Oh, also fun flyby earlier. I think that was just an airplane, but it was really cool to see it in that inversion. There we go. let's keep the vibes high here. The sky don't lie, and some sharp, sharp moon. I mean, I'm just rocking out, sending out good space tunes. Let's ride this. 7:22. I'm gonna hang out for another 30 minutes or so, and dig back into the catalog. Next up, another zoom in layer, and then we'll go to Jupiter again. What's up, Esoteric? Good to see ya. Also great to see your red rum.
left for me. You took your crown, tell me what's left of it. Let's bring in the rest of them. Ooh, making the best of it. You left your heart at the wheel. You gotta give slowly, you got to give to reach it in the end. So, yeah, now we will float across the river. You know we will survive. The cost of life delivers. So we may survive. Keep it alright. Seems like you know it's real. You know the deal. Slowly you got to feel to reach it in the end. So, oh, falling, raising that fire, holding your heart to a tree. Slowly rebound as pages hold on to me. So we can survive. Just float across the river. The cost of life delivers.
All right. Coming down to the end of the show here. I'm starting to get real hungry. Zoning out with y'all on Jupiter. So it's really such a sick shot, but they are getting low on the horizon, so the visibility is not perfect. But I'm loving this 2x Barlow lens. It's doing some magic on the zoomage. Let's see. Lots of insect talk in the chat in the talk. Gonna get back to the moon here for the last 10-15 minutes. Let me know if you have any thoughts, or besides roaches. I've actually been better about not killing roaches than just trying to capture them and release them, because it's like, man, they're so smart even though they're gross. Let me know if you've been kinder to insects over the last few years, especially ants. Like, I used to kill a lot more ants, and I'm like, now I'm very meticulous about like not murdering ants indiscriminately. They don't know what the giant planet-sized human is doing, washing dishes. All right. Last one. Just want to say thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Another incredible ride through space together. I really appreciate all the old friends who came and joined tonight. Chris Parker, great to see you. And all my close fam. Thank you. And I will try and catch you all tomorrow or the day after. More of this beautiful phase of this cycle of the moon. It's just like great positions in the sky, and the weather is perfect for this kind of viewing. So very excited. We're going to do some more Jupiter, and then I think like in a week or so we'll be able to see Orion as well as the moon in the same night. So it's exciting. Please share the video if you like. Leave me a nice comment I do read every comment, even if I don't respond, so thanks. And shout outs to everybody who didn't make it here tonight. If you're watching this tomorrow, the next couple of days, definitely, if you haven't already, please check out all the playlists that I've made. Everything's really organized. If you want to go back and check some solar stuff and flybys and, you know. Also, reminder to check out Eileen McCusick and Rupert Sheldrake and Electric Universe Principles if you're interested in that sort of thing. I'll catch you all really soon. Captain signing out right here. Cactus Dance. Let's go.